All right, welcome back to Mr. PL's with Algebra 2. This is Unit 1, Topic 3, SLT22. So we are getting into logarithmic functions, and we're going to be evaluating to find the missing part to an equation when it's a logarithmic equation. Write each of the following into the form of log. So these are in exponential format. So these are in b to the x power equals y format. So we're going to take this number, place it right here, place this x, put it right here, and take this y and put it right here in parentheses. So that means log means what power? So log of base 2 is 32, and the answer would be 5. So 2 to the 5th power is 32. So log of base 2 of 32 is 5. So this question is log base 5 of 125 is 3. This is log base 10 of 10,000. Now notice that I did not put a 10 right here because that's common log. You don't need to put a 10 right there. So it is 4. So 10 to the 4th power is 10,000. These we're going to take in logarithmic format. We're going to put it back into exponential format, which is right here. Y equals b to the x power. So this is 4 to the 3rd power is 64. This one is 3 to the negative 4th power. Now remember, if it's negative, it's going to be flipped. It becomes 1 over 81. 3 to the 4th power is 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And this is common log, so this is 10 to the 3rd power is 1,000. Okay, so we're getting into solving logarithmic functions. So we're solving for the missing number right here. So we're really evaluating this. So this is really 10 to the what power is 10. 10 to the 1st power is 10. So if you can change this from logarithmic to exponential, it's really going to help you use your common logic and your common sense, basically, and logical thinking in order to figure out what it is. Now, ln stands for natural log, and that's really log base e. So that's the same thing as natural log. So e, as we know, is the most amount of money you can possibly make if you continuously compound money. E represents that 2.718. In this case, this is log base e, so the inverse of to the power of e. All right, so this is really saying e to the 0th power is what answer? So anything to the 0th power is 1. Natural log of 1 is 0. So this is saying this is common log, so because there is no log number here. So that's 10 to the what power, that's what power, is 100th. And that's going to be negative 2. 10 to the negative 2nd is 100th. All right, so this one's going to be common logs. Or actually, no, common log. So 10 to the 3rd power is 1,000. So this question asks you 10 to the 1st power is 10. Natural log, so that's e to the 2nd power is e squared. Or 2.718 times itself in that case. So natural log, let's see. This is natural log of e, so that's e to the what power is e, and that would be 1. That's kind of the same thing. I think we already had that question. No, we haven't, actually. Never mind. It comes up later. So this is 10 to the what power is 100, and that would be 2. This is 10 to the what power is 10 to the 3rd power. Well, that would be 3. This one says 10 to the what base. So I'm going to put a big question mark. So what base to the 3rd power is 64? So you notice that on all these questions, they're either going to, you're missing the base, or you're missing the exponent, or you're missing the answer that it equals. So just solve for whatever it is. So this is going to be 4, because 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 again a 3rd time is 64. This is 5 to the what power is 25, and that would be 2. This is e to the 1st power is what, and that would be e. I believe there we go. That's the same question as this one. You'll see that's the exact same thing. It's just this time, instead of missing the answer, we were missing the... instead of missing the exponent, we're missing the answer. All right, so a lot of the same kind of questions. So this is 10 to the 0th power is 1. This is e to the what power is e, and that would be 1. That's 2 to the 3rd power, 2, 4, 8. 2 to the 4th power is 16. 2, 4, 8, 16. This is what base to the negative 1st equals 1/5. Well, that would be 5, because 5, if you flip it, becomes 1/5. We have 10 to the what power is 1/10, and that would be negative first, because it's a negative, it makes it flipped. 2 to the what power is 32. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, so that's 5. This is e to the 0th power is 1. This one is what base to the second power is 25, so that would be 5. 5 squared is 25. Logs, this is base 10 to the first is 10. 2 to the second is 4. This is 10 to the what power is 10, and that would be 1. So you can see I can do these questions very quickly, and it's much easier if you take it from logarithmic and you change it to exponential format. This one, so what to the 6th power is 64, so that's 2. 5 to the 1st power is 5. This is e to the 1st power is e, and so forth. So I think you've pretty much kind of got the hang of it, so just rewrite it. So this is 2 to the 4th power. Okay, so finally a tough one here. So 1/4 power, so that's going to be equal to what? So 1/4 power, so that's 2 to the 1/4 power. So there you go. So the 4th root of 2. 4th root of 2. Ooh, tricky one there. Maybe I will go through some more of these. These are the exact same as what we've already done. So this is what power of negative 1 is 1/2. That would be 2. Okay, that's not tricky at all. So this is 10 to the what power is 1, and that would be 0. 0th power, anything to the 0th power is 1. 2 to the what power is 2, that'd be 1. E to the 0th power is 1. 7 squared is 49. 10 to the 10 to the 1st power is 10. Remember, this is common log. There was no base written there. 2 to the 2nd power is 4. 10 to the what power is 10, and that would be 1. Remember, this is common log. 10 to the 1st power is 10. All right, so enough of those. So we get into these kind of questions, which gets us into estimations and the fact that, well, what if it doesn't work out perfectly? There's got to be a way to solve it, and there's got to be an easier way than just estimating, which you have done in the past by squeezing the numbers, if you remember that lesson from earlier. 3 to the what power is 3? That would be 1. So A, okay, I can't move it, so A goes at 1. 3 to the what power is 9, and that would be 2. There's B. 3 to the what power is 1/3, and that would be here. 3 to the what power is 1, that would be here. And 3 to the what power is 1/9, that would be here. So now those are easy because those numbers actually had integer answers. And it's not always going to be that way. 3 to the what power is 81. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So A is actually 4. And I believe some of these might be the same answer. 10 squared is 100. So there's B. What was that? 8? Base 8. Sorry, I had to look at it. So base 8 to the 1st power is 1. So that's C. 5 to the 2nd power is, okay, so D is also 2. 2 to the 5th power, I believe, is 32. There it is. And voila. Okay. So there's a lot of the exact same things. 11 to the 0th power is 1, so C is right there. 10 to the 0th power is also 1, so that goes right there. 7 to the 1st power, so that's here, and that's here. So these were the exact same numbers, so the answer is 1. The exact same number is 1. And since the answer is 0, anything to the 0th power is 1, so it should not shock you that both of these, the answer was 0. All right, I'm going to skip those and get straight to the homework. And I know I've done a whole lot of these. So that's 3 to the 4th power is what? 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. All right, so I know this is the homework, and I know you should be definitely watching this video, so I'm going to stop writing some of these. This is base 10, so 10 to the 1st power is 10. So that was a 1. This is 5, because 5 squared is 25. This is log of E, so that's base E. E to the what power is E, so think of this as like this. E to the what power is E, and that would be 1. 8 to the 2/3. Okay, so now 8 to the 2/3, like that. So 8 times itself is 64, so cubic root of 64 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 again is 64, so that's actually 4. 2 to the what power is 32, that's 5. E to the 1st power is E. And last but not least, what to the third power is 10? Okay, we've got to pause here because that's not going to, there's no base there. So what base to the third power is 10? So if I'm going to try to find what this is, I would do the inverse of cubed, which is cubic root. And so the answer is actually cubic root of 10. Whatever the cubic root of 10 is what this is right there. All right. Thanks again for watching. Please give it a like if it helped you learn something about logarithmic functions. I know this is really our first time really solving them and finding these numbers. Please watch future videos and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.